Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a slightly different video for you. We are going to be showing you how to make these ears, and by we, I mainly mean Becky, because Becky actually made them. She made them a long time ago. We filmed this video probably last year sometime. I totally forgot about it, so I thought I would dig out the footage and edit it for you so you can see how to make these amazing lemon ears. I know a lot of you love these ones in the vlogs when I wear them, so we thought we would yeah, get this video up so you can check out how we did it. And we actually did make a second pair, but I will put that in a separate video, I think, because otherwise it might be a bit too long. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if you have a go at making these or if you make your own mini ears. I love to hear from you, so yeah, comment below about that. So here we go with how to make these ears. This is a picture of a play suit that I have that has lemons all over it. So we are making a pair of ears. These are actually giant hoop earrings that we're using for like the ears. We have our little fake lemons. We're just trying out some flowers. I ordered some flowers that were a disaster, being these. They just look so completely naff, so they're not gonna happen. But we've got some decent ones and some little sprigs of stuff. Basically, when you're making ears with flowers, what you want to do is think about what colour you want them, I guess. Yeah. And then
think of your outfit first, or, or the kind of look you're going for. Yeah. The best thing to do is look on Pinterest.
Yes, look on Pinterest for sure.
Make like a little ideas board.
Or Instagram, if you put in mini ears and search that tag. Yeah.
Think, oh well, I like the, you know, the actual hoops from that and the colours from this, and then you could just kind of
go from there.
Yeah. I would always say kind of try and vaguely line it up so that you can see. Yeah, like place it
roughly how it's going to be. Some people like more flowers, some people like less as well. So just think about how many flowers you want. This is the band we're going to use. We're going to cover it in black ribbon, and these are actually really good that Becky gets. I've got a pair of rose gold ones that she made. The band is so comfortable.
Yeah, I've got them from like Morrison's or something. They're really cheap.
Just somewhere like random, but they're kind of not really pokey. They're not plastic. Well, they probably are inside, but you know what I'm saying, they've got like a coating, so they're just very, very comfortable to wear.
You have to figure where you want your ears actually to be.
I think this is quite important with ears, because I've seen quite a few where people have them like down here,
like down there,
and I don't like, right, or like that. And it depends what you're making the ears out of. If you're doing these wire ones, obviously it's a case of trying to, I don't know whether, do you cover the band first or second?
I cover the band with this and use the wrapping of the band to help keep those down.
Yep, that's a good plan. So Becky's just got a needle and thread.
This is just basically so that you keep
the ear in place. Yeah.
With earrings it's quite useful because you've usually got some kind of loop.
So you can just attach it.
I mean, they're going to be floppy, flapping around obviously.
Until you've put the ribbon over to kind of hold them on.
What have I done here?
We've got a tangle, so we're just kind of loosely attaching this on, right?
Just so that you know where you want
the ear part, just so it's not basically going all over the place.
Okay, you'd think with the amount of craft stuff I had, I'd have scissors like right here, but I'm using a pair of nail clippers because, you know,
why not?
Use what you get.
So yeah, this is literally just to keep it in place for a second while you then put the ribbon on to hold the ears on. What are easier to make, this type of thing or fabric ones?
I mean, these are probably marginally quicker, especially if you don't have to wrap the band, because with the fabric ones you've got to make a foam insert. Although I suppose you don't have to make that. I always have mine with a foam insert, which takes time to make. Yeah. So,
and also it depends whether you can sew, I guess. The fabric
I mean, I use a sewing machine, so I can't really sew properly. So just make sure that you've got ribbons usually dull on one side and shiny on the other.
Oh yeah, make sure you've got the correct side.
And I often find this bit's actually quite tricky. Kind of
getting it started.
Yeah. So I tend to go slightly over the top, making sure there's enough there. Fold it underneath, and you can fold that back.
I see.
Bearing in mind though, this part is where the pressure is going to be hardest against your ear, so you do not want
a bulky
big lumpy scratchy bit there, because that will just be awful. But what I tend to do is just affix it and then start wrapping and then worry about this bit later.
Okay.
The surgical term would be transfixion suture.
But
we're not fixing it to another body part, so that's not really it.
Yeah, but, definitely don't fix it to a body part. That's, if you've done that, you've done something wrong.
I only want to just literally catch it just one time.
Yeah.
I try and not get too much overhang because I don't want it really thick.
Yep.
and it's just about pulling it. And if you wanted to, I guess you could do a little stitch every now and again just to keep it.
If you're worried it's going to unravel.
Taut.
If you just keep it like really tight, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get to the end and then it's like loose.
No, you do not.
That would be annoying.
So when you're getting to the point where you think you might need to start incorporating your ear, that's the point when it's really important to check your positioning. It was about there. So we've probably got another wrap before that gets involved. Oh no! I think that might be enough. We'll soon see. We'll soon see. If you get any little bits that have to kind of sort of fold up a little bit, I tend to have those on the inside because it looks better.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, the dog's off again. Apologies for
that.
that.
So is that about right?
Let's have a look from above.
Yes, isn't it?
Yep, I would say so. So we're just wrapping it around.
Keeping it super tight.
Yep.
Bearing in mind though, guys, that's the important bit to look nice, because when you've got flowers and stuff, you can't see this.
You're going to cover up, yeah. So if it looks a bit like, oh gosh, this is going to look, just don't worry, because you're going to put a bow or whatever is going to go there. So
the easiest thing, I think maybe we are going to run out of ribbon.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
So what I might do is finish halfway, because I know that that bit's definitely going to be covered. Let's just see.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Ear placement.
So we're just checking our ear placement, and I think that's fine. Don't worry if they're like,
they're
like going forward or backwards. That's fine. But as long as you've got the shape that you want, so that's good. These are quite big ears, but I quite like that because I've got a big head.
What do you think?
Do you think that's going to?
I reckon it might.
It might just about stretch.
Just about.
We might get away with. I did not check about ribbon, and I did not think about it.
I've got another lot. It's fine.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
It's just joining it, I guess.
Oh yes, come on, look at that.
Oh, I think we're gonna do it. We've got enough.
Yeah.
Yay!
So now I've got it like this. This is one of the good things about these fabric covered headbands. When you're sewing something, you can actually sew the actual headband to keep it utterly anchored. So that is really good. Right, so now you need to ask your assistant to hold that while you thread the needle, because you weren't prepared enough to do that in the first place. So I'm going to catch them just inside there. Anyone who makes ears properly are going to be like, what are you doing?
This is the thing. If you have an ear shop, I'm sure that people have different methods of doing this. Everyone does it differently.
Yeah.
Again, if you're making them for a shop, you would have to think about your time and how long it takes you to make every pair. So perhaps people have, you know, crazy methods to make them quicker or whatever they do. But you know, the ones that Becky has made me have been lovely.
Okay, so that is pinched in to keep it tight. So now, thinking about how I'm going to cut this ribbon in order to tuck it in.
So just cutting the end.
Oh, these scissors are worse than
the no scissors.
They're awful.
I've got some fabric scissors at home. I should have bought them. So do you tuck it over and then do like another stitch to?
Yeah. So I would try
finish it off.
Tuck that in.
Sorry if you guys can't see this super detailed because it's hard to zoom in close enough.
If anyone knows of a better way to finish these off, I am totally.
Could you glue it with a glue gun? Or
yeah, you could, but they tend to be quite thick and rough.
I guess you might then get a bit that's going to feel uncomfortable against
that's what I worry
head.
about. And what you want is the ribbon to stay where it is. I mean, this just proves that you don't need to be able to sew properly to do this, because I am just totally not.
I can't sew to save my life, but I could do this. Like, I just about know how to sew enough to...
I mean, you just have to remember that you want the outside to look nice and the inside can look a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
If they're for you or for...
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, this is not necessarily advice for anyone who wants to start an ear shop, because neither of us have experience.
This is no way to start an ear shop.
No, this is just how Becky does it. So the band is now completely done. Becky has stitched it all up and it looks really good. So now we're going to anchor.
Look at that.
Yeah, you can see the. Oh, it doesn't want to focus today. There we go. So those are all sorted.
It's just about tucking them in, really.
Yeah, it's just about neatening it up. No one's really going to see that because it's against your head. As long as the outside of it looks neat enough, then that's fine.
Yeah.
And now we're going to anchor the ears down a bit more because obviously they're flopping at the moment. We've just sort of got them in the place they need to be.
So the reason they're flopping is A, because this is circular and that's flat. So if you really wanted to be sure, you could flatten out a piece. But because we've got lots of stuff sticking on them, I'm planning to anchor them to that as well.
Yeah.
But for just...
So it's really just a case to make sure that they're straight and not like leaning backwards or whatever. So you're just kind of stitching underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. To sort of anchor them down a bit.
Just kind of making this gap that they're sitting in smaller.
So the next thing to do is place whatever you're putting on there. With these type of ears, I would recommend doing these with flowers and things, not with bows, because I think with a bow it wouldn't look quite right, personally. Yeah. So we've got our lemon over here, and then just place your flowers where you think they will look nice. Obviously, they're like sticking up weirdly because you sometimes need to cut the stems off and all that sort of thing, but just place them where you think that they should go. We're thinking that's looking good. And
then I would always say take a quick photo on your phone or something so that you know where you've...
In case it, like when you move it away. Because you have to move it
all off to stick each individual bit on, so if you know where you wanted the stuff.
And then you'll be a bit gutted if you can't remember exactly. So like this one will be more facing forward, it's just like lagging down, but I think that's really cute actually.
Yeah.
So we've removed everything else apart from our lemons, which we're going for first. Becky has fired up the glue gun.
So it's like an archaeological dig from Mink. So we've got bits of the green from the pastel ears, bits of my carpet on there.
So we're sticking the lemons together. And don't worry too much if you get those stringy bits of glue, because those just pull off.
You always get the stringy bits of glue, you kind of...
And these are probably not the easiest thing because they're like not 100% smooth, but they should be okay, I'm thinking.
So I'm just trying not to have too much
showing.
Glue showing.
Yeah, when you're using glue guns on ears, just try and not have like tons of glue showing. There might be a little bit here and there that you can't help because that's just the way it is. No one's going to be looking that closely. So we've just glued that to the actual wire part of the ear. And try not to glue your fingers, which is easier said than done.
Guys, it's really hot, so just be so careful.
Really watch your fingers, because I've burnt myself in a glue gun.
So, my technique then, if I know it's going to be covered, which I know this will be, is then just kind of almost flood it. Yeah,
so we're going to be putting flowers around here. This does not want to focus. So, yeah, just put as much glue to hold it down in places that you know that it's not going to show. And you can already see how this is holding the ear in place, whereas before, like this one is still like doing its own thing and flopping everywhere.
Put a bit there. Wait for it to dry. Build up a little bit more just so I can anchor that bit there.
Yeah. So it's just a case of building up your flowers and things that you're sticking on, trying not to get glue everywhere, and
don't get it
anchoring. Yeah, don't get it on your carpet. Maybe put down like a sheet on the floor or something, because you know it's possible you could drop the glue gun or whatever. Just, you know, make sure your workspace is either somewhere that doesn't matter if it gets messed up, or you've adequately covered your carpet.
Yeah, I mean, if you lived in a rented house or something, that would be a nightmare. But if I get glue on this carpet, it's only me that's going to get cross about it. So, you know, just going to do a little bit more from the back here.
Yeah, because we can put a flower there, can't we? So that'll be covered.
So looks
pretty secure.
Happy. So then you need to refer back to your picture.
Yes, which is on my phone. So there's our little picture when we placed everything before. So we've got our lemons placed.
Something that I would recommend is having like a little bin pot.
Oh, to put little scraps of stuff and the ends off the flowers when you need to cut them.
And things like bits of cotton that just get everywhere.
Yeah. Because otherwise, when you step away from your workspace and come back...
Oh, that's a bit wire.
Oh, that's why. You can get completely overwhelmed.
And it just looks like the biggest mess ever, which it is, but... You know.
Tidy as you go, I think, is the advice there. And then just refer to your picture and start adding the other things that you had chosen where to put.
One top tip. Once you've got it on, give it a couple of seconds to, well, maybe 20 seconds to just dry a little bit, and then do a little lump over the top to kind of seal it.
Just for kind of added, keeping it on.
You don't want the glue to go underneath the side of the headband because then it digs in your head and that really hurts.
So that's the first flower placed.
And the second was sit here, wasn't it?
Yeah, the other one next to it, and then the
there.
daisy above it. Yeah, and that will kind of cover the earring part of the the earring. It's hard to believe they're earrings, really, when you see them as ears.
No judgment to people that wear them for earrings.
No,
I mean, they are
sure.
way too big for my
yeah, I
choice.
couldn't wear them as earrings. So yeah, just get that glue around as much as you can, and when you look at it you think, oh my gosh, there's like glue everywhere, but I would put flowers on the other side as well to disguise any bits, so don't worry about that. The main thing is getting them stuck down. So just,
okay, so I have gone a bit mad with the glue.
Yeah, so you want to get that out from underneath the band, so you don't, like we were just saying, get it underneath.
So I'm going to kind of just wait for this to dry a little bit, because as I move it, it kind of gloops around, which you really don't want it to do.
All of this that we're doing will help to glue the wires in place as well, like the wire ear part. Basically just make sure that these wires, one of them isn't like leaning that way drastically or the other way, so that when you were like side on, it would look a bit odd.
Mad.
But yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, so what's the next?
So the daisy is like just above.
I'm starting to think maybe we should get this green.
Yeah, I feel like that probably needs like chopping down a bit, maybe.
So it's kind of...
So we kind of want it like in that gap, don't we?
Yeah.
Because I think that flower is supposed to be in front of it, but it had like gone behind.
So we could if we stick this flower on first, then I think...
Then we can like place that. And it goes without saying, but do not try the ears on when the glue is wet.
Holy moly, do not do that.
No, because it's tempting to like see what they look like partway through, but yeah, you really need the glue to be dry before you try them on. That is probably obvious, but I thought I would just point that out. So Becky's just like manipulating the glue a bit again, making sure it's not kind of going where it shouldn't.
Okay, yeah. I mean, when you've done, you can put a tiny little bit of glue behind things to stick things onto things.
Yeah, to like anchor things down. If something's sticking up with the flowers or whatever, you can do that. Yeah, it's quite good to get your main flowers placed, and then you can add in, like we've got this little sprig of stuff, but it's hard to put that on until you've got the flowers that are going to be going in front of it.
Separate that one off.
So we're fixing our first slight faux pas. We just had one of them in the wrong place, so it was supposed to be a white one there, not the yellow one, but Becky just kind of used the tip of the glue gun to kind of melt that bit of glue and pull that out. Yeah, so just carry on placing the ones that you kind of had in your original picture, and when you get to the point where they're all stuck on, you can always add in more if you feel you've got like a gap somewhere or anything like that. So we've gone on and stuck a bunch more of the flowers on, and now we're going to stick some on the back to cover whatever's going on back there. And then once you've done that, so obviously we've got like some bits of glue you can see, so you can just sort of put a little, you know, few along the back to cover that up. Then you can look at the front again just to see if there's like a gap that you don't like or something. You could always like, you know, put something there or whatever.
Worth bearing in mind, when it's on your head, it's like that.
Yeah, it's more stretched out.
So if you've got, I mean, as it stands, that looks quite a big gap here, but when you stretched it out.
Yeah, and if you really felt like it, we did cut this bit off, so if we felt like it was a bit bare, we could add that in. So we're going for leaves on the back because they're quite good for just covering quite a big area, because they're quite long, so you can just kind of stick that over, but that sort of covers the glue that was holding on the lemons and stuff. Okay, and here is the finished product. So we've got the black ribbon wrapped band, the lemons, the flowers, everything is in place, and I've tried it on, and we just added a little extra flower, this yellow one behind the daisy, just to even things out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And I was just looking, I think since we made the video I might have made a couple of adjustments to the flowers. You can do that after you've made them and add extra ones in or whatever you want to do. I want to say a huge thank you to Becky for making me these ears. She always does such a good job, and she's made me so many different pairs. She is amazing. She doesn't have an Etsy shop or anything. She doesn't sell her ears, she just makes them for fun. So I thought I'd put that out there because I know some people might ask. And like I was saying, let me know in the comments if you decide to give these a go and how they turn out and all that kind of thing. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.